Hello, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. I'm most active over on Instagram, where you'll find me as both Rainbow Ange and Yarn and Yarns. Welcome to this Yarn and Yarns extra / Vlogmas-ish video. I'm going to be chatting about the 12 cast-ons make-along that we will hopefully be embarking on together at the end of the year and into the beginning of 2021. So I chat about this quite frequently throughout the year because I'm often working on projects that I've cast on as part of my 12 cast-ons. And the lovely Mairead asked whether I could chat a little bit more about the rules for the 12 cast-ons, and so I thought I'd pop up just a separate little introduction video chatting about the 12 cast-ons project, as I like to refer to it, how it came about and how you can get involved if you wish to. So basically the 12 cast-ons started out as a bit of an adventure for me after I took on my local yarn shop. If you followed here for a little while, you'll know that about 3.5–4 years ago I took on my local yarn shop, and after I took ownership of the shop, I found that I was knitting a lot more with yarns and patterns that I had available for sale there in the shop, and my personal stash was becoming somewhat neglected. Obviously I wanted customers coming into the shop to, if they were admiring my project, which often happened, I wanted them to have the opportunity to buy the yarns and patterns while they were visiting, rather than having to say, oh yeah, this is really nice yarn, isn't it, but you can't buy it here. Because of that, as I say, my personal sort of collection, my personal stash of yarn was getting somewhat neglected. So I decided the first Christmas break that I had to cast on a whole bunch of projects that I've been wanting to start from my own personal stash, and that's how the 12 cast-ons shenanigans were born. And I picked 12 because Christmas is the holiday that we celebrate here in the UK, so 12 days of Christmas, 12 cast-ons of Christmas. And so every day throughout my Christmas break I cast on a new project. I work on it just for one day and then I put it aside, start the next project until my holiday break is done, and then I have a whole bunch of whips that I can come back to and pick up and work on as the mood takes me throughout the following days, weeks, months, and let's face it, years. Some of my projects from the 12 cast-ons have been on the needles for quite some time, but that's absolutely okay. I find that I thrive on having a whole bunch of whips that you pick from. I know that it's not for everybody, and I know that some people think that my 12 cast-on projects is quite extreme, and I totally understand that. I know that there'll be some amongst you out there who are monogamous knitters, and the way that you enjoy working is just to cast on a project and see it through to the end. I wish I was like that because then my whip pile wouldn't be so crazy and chaotic, but that's just not who I am. I've tried it and it just doesn't work for me. So this is how I like to work. As as extreme, as I say, as it might be, I get lots of enjoyment and pleasure from having lots of things on the needles. Yeah, that's how the project was born. And last year a few people reached out to me and said that they would love to cast on with me, so we started our first make along last year, and as I said, I recognise that 12 cast-ons is a little bit extreme for most people, and although we did have a couple of people who joined me for the full 12 last year, the idea is you just cast on something over the end of December at the beginning of January period. I tend to start around about Christmas Eve and then just go until I've cast on 12, and I will be back doing daily vlogs showing you what I've cast on and what my progress has been during that day. Sometimes I might just manage the cast on, other times I manage a few inches of knitting. It just depends what else I'm up to that day, but I don't put any pressure on myself other than to cast on the project, and what gets done in that day. So yes, I am inviting you to join in once again for the 12 cast-ons, but you do not have to cast on 12. If you cast on one project, fantastic, you're in. So I will have some threads up in Ravelry And actually I might try and put the threads up for the time this video goes live. So we'll have a chatter thread and you can start using that straight away. Tell us about what you're planning to cast on and what how many projects you'd like to get on the needles, and then I will have a picture thread. So it's not going to be a finished object thread, it's going to be a cast on object thread. So there will be a few little prizes for this make along. So once you've cast on and done your first day's progress, you can post the picture in that prize, let's call it the prize thread, in the prize thread, if you wanted to go into the draw to be eligible for some lovely prizes to be determined. So yeah, it's really a no pressure make along. Cast on as many or as few projects as you like, and just have fun with it, really. I still have a couple of projects on my needles from last year's 12 cast ons, and I think I have 2, or maybe I'm down to 1. No, 2 I think from the previous year's cast ons. So some of these projects take me years to make, and I'm absolutely fine with that. You might want to be a bit more disciplined and organised and think, okay, I don't want these projects to be hanging around forever. Maybe I'll cast on 4. Maybe I'll cast on 1. That is absolutely fine too. As I say, the idea is just to have fun, to start some new things. My goal is to work from stash, but you don't have to do that. If you want to treat yourself to some brand new yarns and patterns, then by all means, please go for it. The rules are very loose, just cast on. So yeah, I hope that kind of explains things. But if you do have any questions, then please let me know in the comments below. I appreciate that not everyone can use Ravelry, so if you want to start chattering below this video as well and tell us about what you're going to be casting on, then I'd love to hear about it here too. And of course, we can do the same over on Instagram as well, although it's not quite as easy to chat on Instagram. But if you want to post any pictures about your plans for casting on, then you can do so if you use the hashtag 12castons2020. And please tag me in your posts at Rainbow Ange or at Yarn and Yarns. And I found that actually tagging me rather than just doing a mention in your comment means that I see the post more frequently. I've noticed a few times when people have done sort of at Yarn and Yarns under their photos, I don't get a notification about it, but if you actually tag the photo, then I tend to see that pops up on my Instagram notifications. I tend to start around about the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve, and go through to the first few days of January. So I think I'll give us a month to do this, because not everyone has time off over the Christmas and New Year period. So I think we'll go this year from, say, the 20th of December through till the end of January. So anything that you cast on, maximum of 12 in that period, will count for this make along. And anyone who posts pictures on Instagram, if you're not using Ravelry, will also go into the prize draw. So just use that hashtag, make sure you tag me in your posts, and I should be able to see those. We'll be back with daily vloggings to show my progress, and I think last year I gave shout outs to folks who had let me know in the comments the day before what they'd cast on, so I'll try and do that again. And yeah, let's just have some lovely fun together casting on some new things. If you have any questions, then please do leave them in the comments below. But yeah, I hope that has somewhat explained the 12 cast-ons and how you can join in. I think that wraps it up. It's pretty simple. Cast on 1 to 12 projects between the 20th of December and the 31st of January. Any type of fibre craft counts. Let's have some fun together. And if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below and I shall do my best to answer. Until we get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.